Good morning, class 8. Uh, Hi, I hope you guys are all doing well and great. Eating, sleeping, playing, and studying. So, everything has to be in the right proportion, in a proportionate way, and we have to continue with our life in a disciplined way. Right? Then, only if you can become something great in life, and always listen to your parents, they are your best teachers of your life. Anything, basic life values, important life decisions, important advices are all given by parents, and you have to respect that. Okay, so let's come to SSC. We were in that part, the crafts and industries, and I was explaining you about the decline of the Indian industry during the British rule. Why did it decline? That is also very important. Before the British rule, I had told you this in the last class, but I want to continue it from here. Before the British rule, India was self sufficient in textile, cotton, and India fell down to a part where it had to import cloth from England, which was very sad. They were the main producers for cotton and textile. But during British rule, they had to import cloth from England. What condition they did to India, just imagine. In the 19th century AD, British government abolished the tariff protection on Indian goods. The country was reduced to a position of supplier of raw material to British industries. 1850 jute mills were established in India, but there was no economic development in the country. In the time of First World War, some goods acquired by the people were reduced in India. This gave some industrial progress in our country. Okay. Then what happened? Impact, the causes of decline. Impact of the industrial revolution, loss of patronage, loss of external markets, coercive tactics used by the British, indifference of the British rulers. The same goods produced in industries were compared to craftsmen's goods were very cheap. They were better in quality and quantity. So there were major factors in front of the industries for slowing down Indian crafts. After the British, loss of royal patronage. After the British ended their conquest in India, most of the Indian rulers were on their side. Taking advantage of this, British promoted the selling of their goods, and under influence they waived tax on their goods and increased the taxes of Indian goods, thus losing the patronage of Indian goods. Right. Now I guess most of you don't know the meaning of patronage. Patron, boss, patron. In Mexican it's called patron. Power of controlling the rights of goods is called a patronage. Okay. Or we can say Like an example, patronage is customers or the financial support for customers or guests. An example of patronage is a small, is all of the customers at a Delhi. Money is received by the hotel during convention. Clientele, business, patronage. If the customer doesn't go to the hotel does not earn money. It's like that. Due to the high taxes levied on the Indian goods by the British, the sellers and crafters suffered heavy losses. And slowly Indian crafts lost their place in the external markets like British, Britain, France, Dutch and the Arabian countries. Okay, reason. The British forced, what were the coercive tactics? Again, I have to give you the meaning of this. What is the meaning of coercive? Right. Coercive means force or threats. To make someone do something. Politics. Coercive. To take control, coercive control, domestic abuse. It doesn't have to be always physical. Threat, humiliation, intimidation. Okay, to frighten people. Because you guys don't learn your meanings. Now you'll say, sir, it is not in the book. I don't know. What's the harm in learning new words and using them? The coercive tactics by the British forced the Indian farmers to grow what was profitable to the East India Company, not to the farmers. Like indigo, which was growing good in India, it was a huge demand in births. So it was forced to grow in India. So India soon became larger exporter of raw materials, cotton and indigo. They treated their own people very nicely. They did not even try to help them. For example, when in Britain, when artists got displaced by industrial revolution, they provided them with certain benefits, but not in India. They did not help the Indians. So it resulted in a great loss to the artisans in India. There was a huge migration of people from cities, villages, from primary activities like farming. This put further pressure on the land with pieces getting fragmented. So the traditional crafts and products went into trouble due to their in front of the industrial revolution. Huge amount of money the British have taken. 1859 they took 361 million rupees. Today's value is, I don't know, 54 crores, 54 crore thousand rupees or something. 54 million rupees, 54 million thousand rupees or something in US dollars. Then in 1890 they took back 851 million rupees. They just made India useless. Then the deindustrialization in India also happened, the decline, the total everything happened. India was not an agricultural country in the true and modern sense of the term. But by the standards of the 17th and 18th century, that is before the advent of the Europeans in India, India was the industrial workshop of the world. Three kind of industries existed in India. The rural cottage industry, that is weaving, carpentry, pottery. It was usually providing day-to-day requirements to the agriculturists in the village. Two, the urban domestic industry, turning out various products such as fine textiles, etc., for the use of townsfolk and carried on by family members, possibly in a room in the house where the family lived. And finally, is number 3, the small urban factory producing more sophisticated products like iron industry, engaging some hired laborers and generally carrying specialization further in domestic than in the domestic industry. Now that urban industry of India at the beginning of the 19th century was mainly in the nature of handicrafts, producing fine textiles or other luxury products for the aristocratic people. In the handicrafts, Indian urban industry had reached a high water mark of excellence. The products of Indian industry enjoyed the worldwide reputation. The urban industry occupied a very favorable and important position in India's economic activity. In spite of this, we are confronted with the problem of rapid decline both in the artistic excellence and the economic importance of these handicrafts, a decline which I can say, which though in some cases began as early as the end of the 18th century, became very marked about in the middle of the 19th century. This process came to be known as the deindustrialization. Now, whether deindustrialization had all taken place or not, or the British misrule in India led to the decline of Indian handicrafts. Some people say deindustrialization was a myth, they didn't do anything. But these are the main industries India was having. I am giving another angle to our explanation. Come back in the next video.